Hello and welcome to my channel. I tried to do a live stream or live feed, whatever you call it, on Facebook, and things were just acting a little strange. So I decided to just shoot this video and upload it onto my YouTube and share it on the platforms from there. I really just wanted to kind of give an energy update for this full moon in Gemini, which is happening today. Which is December 7th here on the East Coast of the United States at 16 degrees of Gemini in a very exact conjunction to Mars at 16 degrees of Gemini as well. I will read the Sabian symbol for that. I actually read the exact degrees. Typically it's recommended to bump it up to the next degree, but I don't know, intuitively, I'm resonating with the exact degree. So I'll get to that. Interesting energy and very intense for many. I've been noticing, witnessing, and even experiencing my own, the way that I feel towards what I'm witnessing has been interesting. But we're really in a cycle which is assisting us in letting go of a lot of things from the last 2 years at least, or more. Stories, perceptions, habits, anger, fear. There's a lot of the inner warrior, that Mars energy is coming up and rising up, and it is invoking change. But sometimes there's a lot of mental confusion too. So the best advice in this energy is to observe, journal. I'm going to say that a lot. You're going to have a lot of moments where you want to be heard, or you want to say something, or you want to take some crazy action because you're feeling it. And it is advised to sit tight and allow what is happening to happen. Allow all of the pieces to unfold, and it will take some time. A lot of people are starting to receive clarity and answers on questions that they internally had for at least the last 2 years, maybe longer. And many people are not satisfied, not happy with that answer or clarity that they're receiving. Some are not able to accept it at all, and some are angry about it, that it is not what they had expected or wanted it to be. The awareness of the anger that's coming up is important. Try not to act on it. Although anger can be fuel for taking action, I highly recommend not using it in this particular energy, but being more aware of how anger has played a role in our individual lives as well as collectively, and how to actively work at extinguishing some of that anger so we're not carrying it with us, but recognizing and understanding it instead. So again, the full moon in Gemini, 16 degrees Gemini, in a tight conjunction, exact conjunction to Mars at 16 degrees Gemini. So full moons are always opposing the sun. So the moon's opposing the sun, and so the sun is also opposing Mars. The sun, well, let's get into it. So this energy culminating is bringing a sense of I've got to make a change. I've got to do something, or I've got to say something, and it's very powerful energy. It's going to be a challenge though as well at this time. A challenge to let go of the need to control things, the need to make things happen, which is the same thing as controlling things. And it's more about allowing everything to unfold as it is unfolding. Also, a lot of people want to try to understand what's going on, or build a story on what is going on for you and in the world at this time. And I highly recommend trying not to do that, because you may create something unwanted for yourself. That's just my personal opinion. Let things unfold as they do. Try not to interpret what's happening right now, because things will continuously be changing. Mutable energy, it's changing, and shifting naturally. So building a story or trying to figure things out right now could really cause potential problems for yourself. So be mindful of that. Mercury now has moved into Capricorn, so Mercury is no longer in its detriment, which is good. Our minds are starting to rev back up again. It's in a square to Jupiter, though. So our minds are on fire. They're firing and wiring, right? But we may find ourselves overconfident about certain things, or just overconfident in general. Be aware of the scattered thinking, especially. There's a lot of, because we have a lot of Sagittarius energy, there's a lot of philosophical ideas floating around, which is beautiful. But they're most likely going to be dominating your thoughts during this energy. So I highly recommend journaling, writing down whatever the thoughts are that come up, writing and journaling your experience right now, even the philosophical ideas, instead of taking it as this is it and running with it. Journal for right now. You will need this in the future, trust me. The moon is in a sextile to Chiron. The wounded, our childhood wounds, and the energy that assists us in recognizing those wounds and healing them, going through the healing process. So we're tuning into our deeper traumas, wounds, pains, deeply concealed, hidden parts of ourselves. This energy brings up a lot of potential for people to have react emotionally through their pain, through their painful past experiences. It's also a potential for people to react to other people, to other things from this deep pain, from this trauma that's been buried from long ago in the past. So pay attention again to the emotions that are rising for you. Again, journal. The story your mind and body are telling you right now through this energy, write it down. Don't totally trust it, but there is a lot of important stuff there. For those of you who are on the path of, and you are aware of this energy, and you're aware of when the childhood wounds come up that are concealed, that are hidden, are blind spots, this is a beautiful potential time to actually work through them and transmute them, change them for yourself, turn them into your wisdom, your medicine. Jupiter is in a sextile to Pluto. This is another big energy, and I'm only giving the very strong transits right now. And this energy, Pluto, is deep transformation on a human level. And Jupiter is expansive. Jupiter will expand everything. So this brings the potential for some deep healing and regeneration of ourselves, our lives. Just complete makeover, do-over. But letting go of the past, the stories of the past, the stories we tell ourselves from the past is a very important component to much needed change for each and every one of us. And it's unique to each and every one of us. But we also share a collective energy as well. So everyone is getting some sort of clarity, like I was saying, or answers to that they've been seeking and asking about for at least the last 2 years. However, like I was saying, there are many who are not happy with these answers. They're not what they wanted the answers to be. The clarity is there. Some are not accepting the answers. They're continuously going down into the rabbit hole and digging for more. And that's how we learn too. I'm just giving the actual energy and my own personal advice here. Yeah, and others are just disappointed that things aren't turning out the way that they had hoped. And a lot of people had very grandiose ideas that just have turned out to be rather small in their opinion. But there's reasons for this as well. So I'm going to read you the Sabian symbol for 16 degrees of Gemini, which I find this very fitting. I will touch on the 17 degrees, which a lot of people go towards as well when reading these symbols. But the Sabian symbol for 16 degrees of Gemini is a woman activist on a platform in an emotional speech, dramatizing her cause. The symbol shows the need to be able to voice one's needs, frustrations, emotions, or demands without fear of being reprimanded. You may feel misunderstood and disadvantaged simply because of who you are or the position you hold. Even when you stand up for what you feel, you may strike resistance, partly due to other people's ignorance. You must press your case or the status quo will remain. If the cause is just and your communications are clear, you will be heard by those who understand or resonate with what you are saying, and your influence will spread. Stating one's case, revealing social passions, being a mouthpiece for personal or social causes, wanting people to listen and care, taking it to the streets, having a platform. Now, we always have a shadow. There's duality in this world. So the shadow aspects of this degree are aggressively pressing opinions onto unwilling and disinterested people. Rational or political structures override one's life. Throwing tantrums and yelling, soapboxes. And that is the energy I'm warning people about with this Mars energy, conjunct the moon, our emotions. It's very volatile for many. So the 17 degrees, if you want to go into the 17 degrees of Gemini, I'm just going to touch quickly on that. It is the head of a robust youth changes into that of a mature thinker. And this is where we're headed. We are starting to mature. We're starting to change in the ways that we think. And I'll continue. The need to grow up and mature. It's time to use mature thinking, using intellect and intuition, the ability to take in the consequences and responsibilities of one's actions, allowing mature wisdom to come through, mindset changing and growing. This is the energy of taking accountability for our actions, our words, the things that we have done in the past, so that we can let that go. Any anger, resentment, guilt, shame, blame, it's time to release that and move forward so that we can work in combination with each other. So I wanted to just get this energy, this message out to many who I know listen to me, and I feel like it's an important time to really do journaling and self-reflection. There's a lot of energy that's culminating to really want to say and do things, and it's okay if you do, but again, we all have our own path. Make sure you're checked in with yourself. Make sure you're checked in with your emotions, where this is coming from. If it's the cause is just and true for you and for others. And understand that not everybody is going to be receptive to what you have to say or what you have to prove. It's almost like I have to prove something to myself or to others. I did pull a card earlier. It was resilience that came out. So we are moving through some very challenging energy right now, but it is helping us wrap up the last 2 years of energy and experiences. So this will start to lighten up and free us the more we let go, the more we allow things to happen, unfold, and try not to judge it or others or build a story right now. Things are happening organically and naturally for all of us. So I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. And I will be back. I'm uploading the zodiacs as we speak. So we've got 3 up there now. I'll probably get another 3 or 4 up today. So take good care, everybody. Bye.